Hi. So today we are talking about breast cancer. As you can already see, breast cancer is a fast-spreading cancer in the world. It has claimed millions of lives because it's a non-communicable disease. People don't usually see it at the initial stage. So because of that, this particular month is designated to breast cancer awareness, and as part of our contribution to that awareness, we have a nurse here with us today. He'll be discussing a lot about general information about breast cancer. Okay, so I'll just let him introduce himself and tell us what he does. I would have done that, but I don't want to leave any information out, so I'll just give him the chance to do that. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Please, can you tell us a little about yourself and the work you do?
Yeah, I'm very grateful for the invitation. I'm Osman Hamdia, a registered general nurse of King's Medical Center. My work is basically nursing, but I do other stuff. I also talk as the PRO of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association.
Yeah.
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Mr. Osman, can you tell us a little about the general information about breast cancer?
Yeah, from your introduction, you spoke everything. But let me just touch on some few things about breast cancer. The word breast cancer, I always want breaking things. I like breaking things because I can't define breast unless I break it.
Okay.
Breast, I know that one, cancer. So now the problem is cancer. So we want to know what cancers are. And I say generally, anatomically and physiologically, the body is made up of cells. So these cells break down, they die, and then they replace, they regenerate, or they form new ones. So that's the cell division. We have mitosis and meiosis. I don't know whether you will touch on that. So basically, when the cells die or they are worn out, they are replaced. But in cases where there's a problem, a disease process, where cells divide uncontrollably, they are not even worn out, but they are just keep on dividing, they keep on increasing. Then they are serving no purpose, but rather a harm to the body. Then we call those cells cancerous. So breast cancer is a situation where we have cells of the breast multiplying uncontrollably and serving negatively to the body. Thank you.
Mr. Osman,
Yeah.
when we hear breast cancer, people usually associate it with only ladies. Can it affect men too?
Yes, and the question is whether males too have breasts. Yes, they have breasts, but it's just the shape.
Okay.
Okay.
So once males too have breasts, definitely it's the same thing. It's just that the anatomic or the way ladies' own is shaped is different.
Some men.
Yes, but men too suffer from breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
So in anatomy of physiology, when we talk of breast, it's not only limited to ladies. But it's just that outside world, when they hear breast, they normally think that it's that of the female. So it affects both sexes, but it's just that it's rare in males. It's very rare in males, but males also suffer from breast cancer.
Okay. I hope you can hear him. It's not only females, so males too. You can also go and do your checkup. So, Mr. Osman, can you tell us some of the causes of breast cancer?
Yeah. From academia or from what is there, we can't pinpoint what actually causes breast cancer. You cannot, let me give an example where we all know that malaria is caused by the malaria parasite. Mosquitoes, when they bite you, and there's even a particular type of mosquito that will bite you, and then the parasites go into your system, you get malaria. But when it comes to certain conditions like cancers, we can't actually pinpoint this is the cause, but we only have risk factors. Like some factors making others to be more prone than others. Yes, so we have the risk factors, like for example, when one risk factor being a female. You remember I said earlier on that it is rare in male and more in females. So for the fact that you are a female, you are already predisposed to breast cancer, but it's not synonymous to death, so don't be afraid. It doesn't mean that you are going to die. But if you are a female, just know that you are predisposed to breast cancer. Like there are things, so many things that can be done in the family too. If in your generation someone has been ever had it in your family, maybe first generation, those who came, your grandfather, somebody in the family ever had recorded breast cancer, then there's a possibility that you would also get it. Apart from the family issue, then we look at another issue is smoking. People who smoke are predisposed to breast cancer. Alcoholism, excessive intake of alcohol makes you to be predisposed. Already I told you there's no cause. But if you are a female, just an example, and you are drinking, you are smoking, what are you telling you? You are simply inviting it. Because being a female alone even predisposes you to. And then you are adding all these risk factors. That means you are more prone than somebody who is not doing those things. There are so many things like radiations. Radiations to where maybe people who work in industries where there are, I hope you know radiations.
Yes.
Yes, when these X-rays and these things, these rays of the radiations are too much, it affects because it goes to change the genetic.
Okay, this thing, when you say radiations, can we also say that like having this thing, surgery, breast surgery, can it also contribute? Is it also a risk factor? Like breast surgery and these oils that we apply on the breast too?
Yes, you know, the issue of the surgery, we want to know the type of surgery that is.
Like the augmentation kind of surgery or the reduction kind of
surgeries. All this, that means you are tampering with something. And when you tamper with something, you know, the adverse effects can come. So we can't rule it out. Surgery can be because you are tampering with something and it's predisposing you. It's not the cause, but it only predisposes you to such things.
Okay, so as our nurse already said, we don't have a particular cause of breast cancer. We have risk factors, and some of them are alcoholism, and then this kind of surgeries that we do to our breast, and the oils that we apply on our breast, and it's also genetical. If someone in your family ever had it, and with this one, I usually like wonder, because if a generation, if my grandmother ever had it, I wouldn't even know. So that's why it's very necessary to take care of your breast and go for the screening as said. Okay, so Mr. Osman, we've talked about the risk factors and we've also talked about general information about breast cancer. Now let's move to some of the symptoms of breast cancer. We hear that breast cancer, the symptoms doesn't show itself at the initial stages. So like what else can you see to know that you have breast cancer? If it
You were talking of early detection, and that's very good. That's where the signs and symptoms come. So, as an individual, when you see some changes in yourself, it may give you a clue that breast cancer is certain. But it doesn't, it's not conclusive. So, but once those features are coming, it's suggestive. So, one first example I'll give is feeling of a lump in your breast. When you feel a lump in your breast, it's suggestive, it's not conclusive, because there are so many things that can cause a lump to be there. And that's why I was talking of the early detection. So when you maybe subsequently I'll talk about breast examination. When you do it and you feel a lump, how to do a self breast examination. When you feel a lump, it's suggestive, it's a sign. Swelling. When the breast abnormally grows bigger than you expect, then it's also suggestive. But you have to be careful. Certain things can cause the breast to grow big. So it doesn't mean that once the breast is swollen, but it's suggestive. Abnormally. Maybe you are not pregnant. Maybe you haven't taken some hormones, maybe like you rule all things out, and then the swelling is there, it's suggestive. The reddening of the breast, thickening. We have something called dimpling of the breast. And then we have discharges. When your breast you discharge, discharges can maybe blood comes out of the breast. It's suggestive of breast cancer. There are other symptoms, signs and symptoms like those ones that's advanced when this cancer has gone deep, like feeling fatigue, you cannot breathe well. But like just concentrating on the breast, we talk of the lump, we talk of swelling, reddening, we talk of thickening, dimpling of the breast. Yes. These are all
can you have
signs.
discharges which are normal, like
Yes,
breast discharges?
yes. Breast milk is normal.
But
So-
no, you are not breastfeeding.
You are
There's
not
nothing.
yeah.
But like there's discharges in your breast.
Very good. That's why it's not conclusive.
Mm.
It's a cause for an alarm, but it's not suggesting that you have breast cancer.
Okay.
So it's good when you have such abnormal discharges, just report to the nearest facility and it will be taken care
So
of.
all what our nurse is telling us that we should know our breast. You have to like really be familiar with your breast in order to know if there is something, like if there's any disorder in your breast, as you talked about the reddening, the increasing of your breast, the swelling and the dimpling and the hardening, all those he talked about. So now I didn't tell you earlier, our video will be in two parts. We've talked about a lot of things. I don't want to make the video a little like long for you. So we'll talk about the other stuffs about breast cancer and breast self-examination in another video. So make sure to watch all two parts to get the full information about breast cancer. I just want to ask you a question about this breast cancer thing. So if a breastfeeding mother has breast cancer, can the baby also get it since the baby is taking the breast from the mother?
Yeah, what you must understand is that breast cancer is not infectious. So we don't get breast cancer from a patient because they come into contact or due to some exchange, then someone transfers his breast cancer to you.
Oh,
It's not like that.
okay, but we didn't say that to encourage you using your cancerous breast to breastfeed your baby. Since it's cancerous, it's affected, so we are not encouraging that you should use it to breastfeed your baby. But then if you breastfeed, it doesn't affect the baby. Okay guys, so watch out for the next part of this two series videos to get the full information on this breast cancer. But for now, this is the end of this video.